Wait, is my mic on? Yeah, it is on. Okay. All right, it's November, so it's already November 3rd. It's November. This is going to be a good month, guys. Well, good month if we're playing it safe. Cuz let's see what's going on. I literally just woke up and I'm like, "Oh, let's see what's happening." um hey, what's up? What's up Nick AG 7279 Lim Jin Yun and everyone else. Run the intro. I'll run it as the outro. I forgot to run the intro. I literally just woke up. I'm like, let's see what's happening. I hope we're starting off November great. We are starting November off great for the Bitcoin miners, I guess. Nanu AI is running again. It looks like it's ready to explode here to 8. Um, yeah, I wonder. Let's see what's going on, guys. What's going on? Let's see. Sezi. There's no Sezi. Oh, Sezzle. Sezzle. Oh, that's called garbage. That's called garbage. I don't even know what this is. I mean, technically to buy it under the purple line, but um, I mean it's still going down though. Like it's very clearly in a downtrend, so it needs to get out of that at some point. But yeah, Oglo. Yeah, run the outro. I was like asleep. Oh, Oglo looks like a head and shoulders, baby. That's a head. I mean that's a shoulder. See, I'm asleep still. That's a shoulder. That's a head, maybe. And that looks like like very clear shoulder here, and we would expect to come down. So yeah, that's kind of so if you're shorting it, there it is. There it is, guys. Let's go down the list. I literally just woke up, so I don't know what's going on. Let me just go down the list. So Mag 7, ready to go higher? Ready to go higher, right? Let's see if we're ready to go higher. I expect November to be well. Kraft Heinz has a stock. That's good for shorting. It keeps going down. I didn't know Kraft Heinz had a stock, but Iran got news. Contract with Microsoft. Man, if it holds here, this is going to 100. NUAI looks like it wants to break out again. That's what that looks like. We'll see if it happens. Bit farms. I imagine it's just pumping on the hype of Iran. That's what I assume. Bitcoin miners are moving up. You can see here on the sector ETF, we're looking good. Green. If we can break to new highs, that'd be great. Riot Green. TSSI. Anyone who bought TSSI is looking good. I know Trucker Jeff made like $1,000 off of this. Amazon pulling back. MSTR. What is MSTR? Should be dumping? No, it's actually still kind of just going sideways. It's still in a downtrend though. That's the problem with MSTR. RR has not found support. So let's see if it finds support somewhere around here. But it's just kind of if this closes under 470, we would expect it to come down to like $4. Unfortunately. Yeah, I don't know why you bought RR. That was not a buy like anymore. Like RR, the hype is gone. When the hype was there, yes, it was worth buying. So next time, Sebluke, don't buy a stock after it's already like pumped. If the catalyst didn't like do anything, you just don't bother with it. The hype was already gone. Rivian, what? Rivian's just kind of going sideways here around the purple line. So it's a technical buy. Man, this thing is just Oh yeah, it's a buy at that trend line. If it breaks down, take the loss at like I don't know. The stop loss would have to be at what 1250. So go in with like half position 1250. If it bounces back up, I mean you'll make it's a good risk to reward, right? It's either you make $1 per share or more, or you lose $1 per share. Period. Um, I don't know which direction this is gonna go, but obviously the setup is there. That kind of almost looks like a ascending triangle on the monthly. On the monthly, looks like an ascending triangle, actually. Look at that. Buyers showing up at support every time. So it would kind of make sense to buy here. But you'd have to have that stop at 1250 in case you like break down at that point. Very interesting chart. About right when you said you were thinking of buying it. Yeah, I was thinking of buying it is not the same as I'm buying it. I have not alerted at all. That's the difference, Sebluke. It's not about when I say I might buy it does not mean you buy it. Like that doesn't make sense. That does not make sense. Yeah, anyway, I doing exactly what I would expect, breaking out to new highs. Um, that's when I bought when you were talking about it like maybe 2 3 videos ago. Again, just because I talk about the stock doesn't mean it's a buy. Until I give the buy signal, it's not a buy. TSSI pulling back, CLSK sideways here. Man, am I just gonna have bad luck with these Bitcoin miners? It's like I see Riot and these other Bitcoin miners moving up. Meanwhile, like Mara and CLSK are just kind of eh. Tesla is going to 500. Tesla is going to 500 here if it breaks out. If it breaks out of this, it's going to 500. Does that mean it's a buy? No, it was a buy like down here where no one wanted it under the purple line. It'll come back down, guys. Relax. I know some people are like, oh no, it's gonna go to the moon. I'm gonna miss out, but it'll come back. That's just these cycles repeat. Lunar Nvidia. Is it creating a double? I hope it doesn't create a double top here. I hope not. So how was everyone's weekend? How was everyone's weekend? I kind of had this little like mind blowing realization. I realized that I've been living in the Chicago suburbs for 32 years. 32 years. So I decided that I'm gonna start like traveling, going places, because I could just trade anywhere in the world, anyways. So just to do something different. I really don't want to spend the next 32 years. Hey, SoFi moving on up. We have 500 shares of that. It's bouncing here where we would expect, right? If it can break above 30, we go to 31, then 32.50. So we'll see how the market closes here. But if we close strong, we should see this back to new highs, right? So yeah, looking good on SoFi. It's doing exactly as we expected. Exactly as we expected. Right at the levels we needed it to bounce to. So yeah, that's kind of a realization I had. Like, damn, I've been in the Chicago suburbs forever. There's a whole world out there, and I'm just gonna really spend the next 32 in the same area, same look, same everything. Screw that. So I don't know what I'm gonna do, but I'm thinking. I obviously would want to, if I move permanently somewhere, I would want to move to somewhere where the dollar goes further. Obviously, because somewhere where the dollar goes far is where I would want to go. Palantir, did it have good earnings or no? It hasn't had earnings release, so that's probably not going to go. Palantir's not going to go anywhere today because of earnings. SoFi looking good. APLD just it's just sideways. TSM. I'm still holding BidF, was down 20%, but now only 8%. What do you think of the stock? Got 400 shares. I don't know why you buy like at the worst times possible though. I did not announce, I did not tell you to, I haven't even been talking about BidF. So that's kind of on you. See, this is the problem, Sebluke. You chase stock and like because you want that 20%, 10%. You wanted it to go 20% up, not down, but obviously it went against you. That's the problem. You got to work on that. You got to stop doing that because you just give your gains back that you make from my alerts, right? You give it back doing stupid shit like this, Whereas like you make money on my alerts, but then you go like do your own thing, and you immediately start losing money. Because right now you're just sitting there on that bit of hoping it goes higher so you can get out. Um, so I don't know what to tell you. Irritated with the time change. Hate with that the sun's coming up early, already now when I get home from work. Yeah, that kind of threw me off too. I don't know even. I think I went to sleep like at 4 a.m. Just woke up like 3 hours ago. No, not 30 minutes ago. What am I saying? BF on a run. Is it on a run? Or are you just saying that? That's not a run, buddy. That's a little pump, and maybe it'll come back up for you. But that's I don't even know where you bought. Did you buy over here at the top? Is that where you bought? Cayman Islands. I am going to Japan next week. Dude, yeah, I thought about that too. I'm like, I should go. I don't know. I don't know. See, I don't want to be in the Chicago suburbs forever. That's really I like. That's all I was thinking over the weekend. Is like, yeah, what am I doing with my life? Do I really want this? The next 32 years, just in the same place, with the same people, same white people with the same accent, right? No accent, basically, just regular white people, right? Like. There's all these there's a whole world out there, and I'm just gonna really stay here for 60 plus years. Like, that's silly. So that's just something that was on my mind. Uh, we'll see what I do. We'll see what I do. But I do have family in Mexico, so I could technically move to Mexico, live with family for a few months, and then kind of just use that as a base to go travel elsewhere. I guess I don't know. Because I want to, like I said, if I move, it has to be somewhere where the dollar goes further. I assume in Mexico the dollar goes further. I'm not sure. I'd have to check. But if the dollar goes further in Mexico, then it would be better to move there just for the sake of A, I have family there, so I'll be taken care of. B, uh, it'll be somewhere different, somewhere new. And C, that can be like my base, like that could be my new, I'll be streaming from the heights of Mexico. Hey guys, I'm outside. I know it looks very different back here or over here. Like, I don't know. But I definitely, Philippines, I'm interested in. Indonesia for sure. I want to go somewhere where the dollar goes further. It's kind of sad to see like $50 goes very far in other places of the world. I don't know how far the dollar goes in Vietnam or Korea or Thailand or all those other places. I haven't done my research yet, but yeah, I mean Mexico's like literally right there, right? It's like right down south, so it would be like an easy trip there, and just maybe I decide to stay there. So we'll see what I do, but I definitely do not want to be in the same place forever. Got to go out there and experience the world. Yeah, no, I don't want to be here in the Chicago suburbs forever. That's something that there's people that I went to high school with that they moved out like immediately after high school. They moved out, like they went to another state, another country. Like they just did not want to be in the same. They did not want the same look essentially. Go Dodgers. Bit F's a good one, like APLD, if you say so. I want to move to the North Shore of Minnesota in the next 10 years. Really? I think. Yeah. My sister lives over there. She lives over there in Minnesota. It's an awful trip to go visit her from Illinois, to have to make that drive there. It's brutal to make that drive. I hate it because me and my family, when we go visit every Thanksgiving, it's a brutal drive. Even if we're switching off between the three of us or four of us, depending on who's going, it's still brutal. It still sucks. I hate that drive. Yeah, you want to move to Minnesota? Yeah. I mean, I got some ideas for where your money goes a long way. Is there a joke behind that? Where does it go? Where does it go a long way? It has to be somewhere nice. Or yeah. Um, let me go down the list here. Is HIMS final? No, HIMS is not recovering. Semiconductors aren't recovering yet. Mexico is a good move. Yeah, see, that's what I was thinking. I think if I move, because again, I don't want to be in the Chicago suburbs forever. That's it. Just dawned on me like over the weekend. I'm like, is this it? I mean, I literally can go to Mexico with just a computer and my iPad and my phone and like money, and that's it. Like I can technically move into my own place too, because the dollar goes further there and the rent is cheaper there. But I do have family over there, so I could maybe just live with family, and that'll make it easier while I adjust, and then I can, from there, take it from there. It would just be a nice change of pace too. I mean, what do I have here? It's just the same old, same old. You know, I have to experience life outside of just, this little bubble that I've been living in. Like hearing all those voices, the southern drawl, hearing the, that those I don't know, what is it, the UK voices, New Zealand voices, like hearing the different, meeting all kinds of people from around the world that watch my channel. It made me realize, like, man, there's a whole world out there. What the hell am I doing? What the hell am I doing? Am I really gonna just be stuck around white people? uh, and I'm doing it to myself, right? I could just go. Like, I don't have to do this. So I'm thinking maybe I go to Mexico 2026, and then from there, if I'm comfortable, then I can, you know, I can go to Japan. I can go. I can just start. I'll start visiting places. I'll start visiting Japan. I'll start visiting. Indonesia, all those places, and Thailand. I don't know. I'm just gonna start visiting places, and then maybe figure out from there. Like, hey, I kind of really like Japan. Maybe I really liked Indonesia, or maybe I really liked, whatever, Vietnam. So maybe I move there, right? So yeah, like that's the game plan. Somewhere where the dollar goes far, ideally. That's really that's like number one right there. The dollar goes far. Maybe I find myself an Indonesian girl. That's kind of what I'm hoping for, because over there the dollar goes really far. Like $25 is a lot over there. Like, goddamn. Netflix is still coming down. Let me see. When is the stock split? November 17? So yeah, I'm not gonna add yet. Yeah, I'll wait till I need the market to turn bullish here. I can't have none of this. Let me see. Also, I do speak Spanish, so if I go to Mexico first, I'd be like, I'd actually, like, the problem with moving just somewhere where I don't know anyone and don't have family, well, that's the problem. I don't have family in, Indonesia. I have nothing over there. So I'd be scared. I'd be concerned, like, I'm just somewhere and I don't know, what the hell I'm doing. So Mexico would be like the first good move. Bid at 480 shares at $5. I see them doing the same thing as APLD, data centers, Bitcoin treasuries, shades. If you're going to take other factors like to talk, I am thinking of moving to Mexico as well. Shout out to AG7279. Yeah, no, Mexico is not as bad as people think. Big YouTubers was number one for years. I used to drive. Here's the thing: is that technically I'm a remote worker. I just work from home, so I could just like it would just be easy living in Mexico. Big YouTuber. Okay, well, I used to drive from Kansas as a kid for every summer to Leech Lake area in Minnesota. You used to drive, or your parents? Because the drive is easy when you don't have to do the driving. like wait, your guys are gonna suffer. Awesome. I'd be scared of the cartel crime in Mexico if I was you. I would look the. I think the whole cartel and crime thing is. I think that's overblown. Like, people make it out to be like Mexico's like, it's just cartel and crime everywhere, but that's not the reality. It's kind of just like the United States. It has its good spots and bad spots. So, thankfully, my family lives in a good spot. So, although the family from the other side lives somewhere where it's kind of eh. Costa Rica, not capital gains tax. Mexico City, Costa Rica, no capital gains tax. I'd have to look into that. That's interesting. Mexico City is great. Most towns in Mexico are amazing. Yeah, like I think people are. I don't know. I think people like Sebluke, they drink a little too much of the Fox News poison or something. I don't know. The people just have this perception that Mexico's this like horrible place. Oh no, cartels everywhere. But the reality is there's great places. It's just like any other place. There's great places and there's horrible places. That's just how it is. I bought 5 acres in Guadalajara 5 years ago for 80K. Now it's worth 500K. Damn, that's some good value right there. Guadalajara. I think, is that where I'm from? No, that's not where I'm from. What am I saying? That's where my family's from, but they moved somewhere else. I think they bought a ranch somewhere, or I don't remember. I don't know the details. I'd have to talk to them and see, like, hey, if I go over there, where do you live? What does it look like? I spent 2 months in Yucatan. How was it? How was it? Yucatan. I heard that's a nice place too. Is it very touristy though? If I recall, I don't remember. Do you think Nvidia is going to go up more $50? If it's going to go up $50, it's currently huh, dude. It I'm currently up on my 10 shares in the 2 days since I bought the 10 shares. Is it going to move another $50? I don't know. Let me check. Because I have a sold put. So I'm hoping it drops back to 200 and then bounces. So here's the problem, and I think I said this. It's November, but we don't know what's going to happen here with, you know, Trump could say anything. China could say anything. Like, there's too much volatility right now. So I don't know. I don't even know at this point. What I do know is we're in a bull market. So there you go. Do I want to be buying up here at a top where it could be forming a double top? Maybe. I don't know. But I have a sold put in case it does come down. So I'll say that much. It can't. I believe Nvidia will go to 300. Whether people have the patience for that, that's a whole nother question. Trucker Jeff in the Discord, this guy that never, maybe one day we're gonna get in a call, me and Trucker Jeff, when he goes on vacation, because obviously he's driving trucks, all over the U.S. I think, or something like that. He's just constantly in the truck driving. That's why you never hear from him. But we're definitely gonna have like an interview and talk with him. And so you guys can meet him and see, like, he's really cool. He's really chill. And he's very disciplined. Like, all he does is just buy, like, safe stuff. And he just makes a lot of money. His account is just growing. He doesn't have to deal with all the, oh, my God, it dropped overnight. Oh, my God, it's not, doing anything. He basically just buys semiconductors and the MAGS ETF, which is just pretty much it's the same thing. It's just tech that just keeps going up. So I look forward to that. I can't wait. I think he takes his vacation this month. Or maybe it's December. I'd have to ask. But Trucker Jeff's going to be fun to talk to. But yeah, I believe Nvidia will go to 300 again. Because it's done it multiple times already. And you just want to ignore the noise. People are going to tell you, oh, it's overvalued. It's not worth this much. But people don't listen to the noise. Do what the Indian guy did. Don't listen to the noise and just focus on buying and holding. And you'll make way more. That's pretty much the story there. Again, do people want to wait 6 months for 50% on Nvidia? Probably not, but yeah, I think if you hold, definitely there's more gains. I'll say that much. It's only 2%. It's only 2%. I was waiting for 10%. So every time it goes up 10%. Yeah, I know you're doing the 10% challenge on Nvidia, which is fine. I mean, it has to move what, $20? Probably, yeah, yeah. It has to move like $20. It has to move to like 230 for you to make 10%. I believe at this point. Which it can do. It's gonna do it slowly. It's not gonna go straight there unless there's this big move here was because of the conference they had and everything they talked about. But that's about it. What I would like to see from Nvidia is hold here. That would be great, because if it holds here, I might just buy back the sold put at a profit of like $100. Then I can buy Nvidia and still cover call on it. I feel your shades. Been living on the East Coast of the U.S. for my whole life. Yeah, I know. It's like, that's just something that dawned on me. Like, I'm over here playing chess and I'm just like, what am I doing with my life? Am I really just going to sit in this room and just like in the same apartment in the same area for the next 32 years? Like, really? Like, what is wrong with me? Like, let's go somewhere. Like, let's go. I did not know that the dollar went further in other, countries until I started paying artists to do my, to do the comic book and stuff. So, because they're like from the Philippines, they're from Mexico. Some of my artists that I've paid for, they're from Indonesia. And I've talked to them, and the dollar goes further over there. So, like, it's like, wait, why am I here? Like, I could just go somewhere else where it's just everything's just cheaper and it's still great and it's a different, change in vibe, change in atmosphere. I don't think, if I were to go to Mexico, the weather is just kind of, it's cold in the morning and not at night, but throughout the day it's just warm. So there's no like winter. You know what I'm saying? There's no winter to deal with anymore. So that's kind of nice, right? Now that I think about it. So yeah, there's a whole world out there, and it's just until now that I'm like, man, there's all kinds of people out there. What am I doing? What am I doing? What am I, stupid? I was watching videos of people walking around Mexico, like showing, like, hey, look at these buildings, they look great, and I was like, yeah, that does look great. I think people just have this misconception that Mexico cartels ugly. Oh no, death. I guess. Let me see. Where's Netflix? Is it still red? Yeah. Let's go down. Where's Hood? What's Hood doing? Because I know we sold Hood off. It's red again. Mora, red as expected. GME, red, red, red. This is gonna suck if for the next. There might not even be a Christmas rally because this would be like the second month where we just kind of don't go nowhere, which sucks, right? Like we want stocks to trend upward. We don't want sideways action because that's chop. That's what that is. That's chop. And trading chop sucks because it's like it's because you don't know. You could be buying and then it goes lower, or you buy and it goes higher. Like you just don't know. That's the problem with chop. It's called chop because it chops you out. It fakes you out constantly. So yeah, that's kind of an issue here. I would expect November to be choppy if it's going to behave like this, and that sucks. I would say right now, I would be, if you're watching this, I would be of the mindset that this is already a bear market. Like I would just treat it like one because this is horrible. We could look at this chop here on TEM. This chop has been happening since October. So like look at this. This is nasty. This is horrible. There's no money to be made unless you're scalping here. But we're looking for the big percentage moves. We're not looking for these little, flips. That's fine if you want to flip them, but yeah, this sucks. This is bad. We thrive when stocks go up, right? When stocks are actually creating higher highs, not when things are chopping around. Look at SoundHound; it's just been chopping around here. Are you going to go lower? Are you going to go higher? What are you going to do here? Who knows? Because it's just red, green. It's like buyers show up and then sellers take control, but we don't really go like we're not dropping like with conviction, right? Like sellers aren't just pushing us straight down. There's no conviction behind the move from sellers, but also there's no conviction to the upside either from buyers. Like we're kind of just at a stalemate, right? So that sucks. KSCP starting to tank here below support. If it does not hold here, it can drop lower. When the market starts showing weakness, KSCP starts tanking pretty bad too. So that's why I haven't bought that one. I was telling, who was it? I don't even remember. BBAI is coming down to that purple line. It just is. It's coming down to the purple line. That's coming down to the purple line, guaranteed. So we've been waiting for this. I can take a while, but that's big. When BBAI comes to the purple line, that usually means the market is probably tanking, and you're going to get a lot of opportunities. So we're about to make money here on these purple line plays. Netflix is a good purple line play too, but I'm waiting to see if it drops lower, and maybe that's greedy of me to the wanting it cheaper. Yeah. Rich Tech Robotics, same things. We would like BBAI. We're getting a lot of stocks getting ready to drop to that purple line. Even ASTS, like there's going to be so much opportunity on this sell-off. Absolutely sit on cash right now and just wait. That purple line is coming, and it's going to be money. Right now, I would assume a lot of people are scared because they're just seeing blood everywhere. It's been like I said, this is when you see blood like this, please get excited. Because I believe we're going to see a lot of stocks come down to that purple line. That glorious, glorious purple line. But yeah, let me read the comments. NUAI, yeah, I was talking about NUAI. I think it's going to like 8. Like, it should be exploding. It looked like it was ready to go. Yeah, 724. Should it maybe hit 8? Yeah, BBAI, like I said, I think it's coming to the purple line. Be ready to buy, guys. Sit on cash and be ready to buy. RR will come to that purple line. Remember what I'm telling you right now. People don't want stock when it gets cheap. They want it at highs. They don't even set a stop loss. They just buy at highs, hoping it goes higher. RR, BBAI, there's a lot of plays coming. A lot of plays. This is awesome. When they come to the purple line, there's just so much opportunity, right? Like look at NUAI. Nobody wanted it down here at 39 cents. Now everybody wants it above the purple line. Look at all the volume. Look at how much you can tell just by looking at the size of the candles. they got huge, right? Why? Because now people want it. You don't even need the volume indicator. You can just tell by the size of those candles that it's getting volume. This is awesome. I can't wait. I've been wanting this. Please, please come down lower. I always tell people that's the mindset you have to have. You cannot be afraid of red. You cannot have that fear and greed get to you. Let me look at the fear and greed index. We should be at fear still. We should be. We're at neutral. Oh, we're at neutral, and I'm guessing we're going into fear. That would be very, very odd. If we, yeah, it's right at neutral. That's interesting. What's the crypto and yeah, what's the crypto fear and greed index? Because crypto is probably not doing well. Let me see. BBI, some they're all down. Any plays? I was thinking the same thing about traveling. There are so many unique places, but most people will die without experiencing them. Yeah, that guy from Mars. That's exactly what I like. I was having like a. I don't want to say I was having a midlife crisis over the weekend, but I kind of was like, I've been living in the Chicago suburbs for 32 years. I need to maybe go. Like, I need to go somewhere where it's cheaper. You know, the cost of living is cheaper, number one, where the dollar goes further, number two. And number three, Mexico would be the move because it's right there and I have family there. So I can be taken care of for a few months while I, get situated and used to the new environment. And then from there, I can start, that would be like my new home base, basically. I would probably move out of my own to my own apartment, but from there, I would just start, traveling all over the place because that does suck. Like that does suck to think like, am I really going to be here for the next 32 years? Like, do I really want that? I'm up on SoFi, $24. Yeah, SoFi should come back to new highs, assuming the market doesn't drag it down. Yeah, it seems like the strategy is to invest in U.S. stocks, make bank, then move to actually have reasonable investment financially in life. We are taught early on in our lives that the U.S. is the gold standard, but that gold standard has been slipping away during our lifetime. I think the U.S. is fine if you want to stay here. Like you can go to the mountains. You got options if you want to move like to a different state. But I think I just want a different environment. Period. I want to experience the world. I want to go to Japan, France, and all those places. But also just don't. But I don't want to. I don't want to just. I kind of just want to get away from the Chicago suburbs. The winter, right? It's already getting cold here. It's gonna be winter soon. So yeah, for sure. Like I don't want to die never having experienced what's out there. That's very true. October has been garbage in general. I took the LMS here this morning, liver shot. But LW loss is still 8.5 to 1 this year. I'm going to hold cash until we be RGTI come back cheap. Yeah, for sure. I agree with that. So excited for BBI to go under 6. Yeah, it is. It's coming down, man. It's coming down, in my opinion. A Chicago suburb sounds brutally boring. Yeah, it is brutally boring. It literally is. There's no excitement here. It's just kind of bunch of houses, people with no accents, not really anything going on. So I kind of had, like I said, like a midlife crisis, I guess. Like I was just like, man, what the hell am I doing? I can go places. What am I doing? What am I doing here? Like, so yeah, DVLT, what? It broke the trend line. It's a good short, short here, and then stop loss at 2.36. Boom. But no, if you're looking long, Jomar, shout out to Jomar. I mean, you got support down here at 1.6. Unless you want to buy here at 2.08 with a stop at 1.82, but that's all I see. Oh, NVTS. Yeah, what happened with NVTS? I forgot about that one. So yeah, guys, in the future, in 2026, maybe early 2026, you might be seeing me, hey guys, welcome to Mexico. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'll be wearing a sombrero. Do they even wear sombreros there anymore? I don't know. I don't even know, man. It'll be fun. And then from there, maybe I become a travel channel. Hey guys, now I'm in Japan. Konnichiwa. Arigato. Like, let's go to France. Je ne sais pas que dites. I'm just going to speak broken French over there. Maybe I learned a little Indonesian. Who knows? Like, that's it. I was just having a midlife crisis, man. I was just like, what am I doing? I can go places. I can experience the world. And I can make money, from the laptop. So NVTS, we should see NVTS come to $10. That's where the big support level. That's where we had to break out. I've been telling you guys, like, this is probably going to come back to 10. That would be normal. That would be expected. So wait for 10. Awesome Agro bought the top here at like what, 50, 16 or something ridiculous, and he took the loss like a smart man. Like a smart man, he took the loss because that looked like it. That's just he bought the top because he doesn't know any better, and that's okay. He learned. He learned. This is normal. Like stocks are gonna come down. Bitcoin is concerning here for for Bitcoin is very concerning right now for Joey Shaw because he's about to get annihilated. I'm gonna make a video today talking about all the people that have blown up their accounts because they didn't listen to me, and I think Joey Shaw unfortunately might be the next one because he's kind of just following the same pattern that they did. The other two, the Arabic guy that kept blowing up over and over again, despite me telling him stop buying, garbage. And then the Polish girl who kept buying, well, she kept chasing tops and not taking her stop losses. So I look forward to telling those stories later today. Watch out for those videos. Those are going to be very fun and entertaining. And I think Joey Shaw, unfortunately, he's kind of just exhibiting the same patterns. And he's not going to like that video because I'm going to tell him, yep, you kind of just sound like them. Like you're just following the same. He's taking out loans, margin. He's like doing the exact same shit that Polish girl and Arabic guy. Arabic guy came from money though. He had like a dad that would give him like 500K, then 100K, then 50K. Like his dad kept giving him less and less as he kept blowing up his accounts. Turns out his dad was also a gambler in the stock markets. So, and they both watched my videos and they would listen to me, but not really. So yeah, that's a whole story. I don't think I've told the story of the rich Arabic millennial that has a family with lots of money, and they just kept blowing up like over and over again. They didn't listen to anything I would tell them. And I think MSTR, Joey Shaw is going heavy into MSTR. I think he's going to be the third person that I've ever met in the past. I think there's like every year someone that I know blows up their accounts because they just don't listen. Like I tell them ahead of time, like, hey buddy, I think what you're doing is pretty dangerous. And they don't listen. They have to learn the hard way, unfortunately. So yeah, and he bought a lot of MSTR calls, BM&R calls. Like he's just going all in on the crypto side. And I think I've noticed a lot of these people that do this stupid shit, they do it because they do it out of greed, or they're going through something in life and they need to like feel like they need to make a lot of money to like feel good, I guess, or whatever. I don't know. It's very, very I think Joey Shaw just needs to distract himself with something. He needs like distraction. Like he needs to, I don't know. Like he needs something that gets his mind off of the divorce and everything. But I'm starting to notice this pattern. Like every year someone blows up and it's always the same pattern. And it's always me telling them like, please stop. Like you should probably listen to me because what you're doing is pretty dumb. And they're like, no, I know what I'm doing. I'm correct. So look forward to those stories. I'm gonna tell the two stories, and then I'll talk about Joey Shaw and MSTR. If I tell you like watch out, like you better take it seriously, man. But these people just don't listen. They're just gonna double down and blow up. That's the story there. That's like that's just what happens for some reason in general. Anyone got thoughts on NVTS earnings? Just tuning in. Let it come down. At least on the technicals, it should come down. Kansas, Yucatan was chill. It's not that touristy. My dad's been living there for over a decade. And he's noticeably more relaxed and happy. The food's okay. It's a little different. Yeah, it's gonna be a little different. But I'm okay with little different, I'm okay with that. Like I've been living in the Chicago suburbs forever. I think it's time, guys. I know some of you wanted to visit me here, but you're gonna have to visit me in Mexico, or maybe I don't know. Maybe I moved to Indonesia. I don't know. We'll see. Low key, very, very much, fingers crossed that I meet an Indonesian girl, and yeah, maybe I get, maybe I move there and stay there forever, right? Like I want to live somewhere cheap but nice, right? Where the dollar goes far. That would be ideal. That would be ideal. But yeah, I mean that's what you want though. If your dad moved there, it's probably because he wanted something different, right? And it's probably cheaper too on top of that. Anyone know anything about Forward Industry? Forward looks okay technically, but have never traded this one. Forward. Forward Industries. It's at the purple line. So Where's support though? It's right. Oh no, it just dropped under support. Yeah, this looks. What's the yearly time frame? Oh God, that looks like garbage. Yeah, I wouldn't buy that. That looks like trash. That looks like absolute garbage. This is a big support level. Right where it's at. Right at the purple line. It has to hold here, but that's not even a stock I would trade. I mean, look at that. It just it was at 298 at some point. How many times has this thing reverse split? It gets like a huge pump here, but it likes to bleed out. I would imagine it just continues to drop lower, but I don't know. I'd be careful with this one, but it's right at monthly support. Right at weekly support, and then the daily it's at, yeah. So like right now it's like the opportunity to buy, but it just doesn't look good longer time frame. I sold out almost all now, sitting on 4K cash, holding 50 shares, sold 530, MSTR 12 shares at 330. You speak Spanish, so you'll adapt quick to Mexico. Not only that, but I got family over there, so I should be able to. I should be good. I might like move there and use Amazon to just deliver, a bunch of new clothes and stuff. So so when I get there, I'm basically already home, right? It'll be just like home, like where I'm at here. Because I'm a minimalist. I don't have much. I could abandon this apartment and I'm not really leaving much behind other than the desktop. Because I can't take the desktop with me, can I? I don't know. I can't. I just kind of want to carry, a backpack, and that's it. I don't need much. A laptop is all I need. Over there, I can just buy a new desktop and, have everything, delivered from Amazon. Buy new shit, basically. My midlife crisis came at 50. You have a ways to go. And I felt a midlife crisis. I was like, oh my God, have I really been living in the Chicago boring suburbs for 32 years? What am I doing? What am I doing? Let's get out of here. Let's go somewhere else. Let's go experience the world out there, right? Maybe I go to Ireland. Maybe I go visit, Vietnam, Korea, all these other places. Let's go experience those places, right? And I think everyone should do that. Everyone should do that. If you have the opportunity, go places, go experience the world out there. I took the 4% loss. LOL. Yeah, you took the 4% loss on you. You should be happy right now, because if you hadn't taken that 4% loss on NVTS, you'd probably be holding a big bag. Yeah, you'd be holding a big bag, like your first entry into the market, and you're already down. Yeah, you'd be down like what, 25% almost, if you hadn't taken that 4% loss. That's the lesson there. If beginners knew, like, to just take the loss, that 4% loss, that 3%, 2% loss, that's better than holding it down 25%. That's better. You'll sleep better at night too. You'll still have cash on hand. You can buy cheaper, like you can reposition. Like once you understand that, you start losing. Well, you're never going to hold a bag, number one. You start losing less, and you'll start making more money. Because that's Trucker Jeff does that. Again, I can't wait to interview Trucker Jeff. He's fun. He's a fun guy to talk to. Trucker Jeff, he's the most like patient guy ever. Like he's 67 years old, so he doesn't want to lose money. Like he wants to make money, so he just plays it as safe as possible, and he takes his losses. Like I'm not holding this bag down. Fuck that. Bitcoin tanking. So I know Joey Shaw right now. He is definitely like not happy. Because we went back and forth. He made a whole hour-long video talking about how, it's bullish for Bitcoin. We're going to go to the moon on MSTR. He had made a whole video, 1-hour video, and I was just very sad to hear it. Because that's kind of what people do. Like, before they really lose a lot of money, because he's already down a lot. He's down like 50K on his account overall. Before he goes to zero, they usually make a very long video trying to convince others that, I'm right. We're going to go to the moon. So, yeah, this is terrible. If you're holding calls, you're looking pretty bad here. He's holding calls though. So yeah. So rest in peace to that guy. Let me see. Appreciate the NVTS feedback. First time tuning in live. Shout out to Dusky. Even the U.S. is crazy diverse. Maybe the most varied country in the world, but culturally and geographically, we have examples of every climate in the world. Jesus, you're in Chicago with all those ice raids and everything crazy going on. Unsubscribe to news to new wait what? Unsubscribe to two news channels that update me on every day. That's crazy. I get out of there as soon as you can. Yeah, I don't know. I don't really notice anything. I live in a nice area where it's mostly Caucasians, so we don't even get targeted. I think the ice raids are mainly happening in downtown. Yeah, I think they're mainly happening in like where there's a lot of brown people. So yeah, I was smart enough to move somewhere where it's quiet, right? So that's all I can say with regards to that. I do have to be careful, because of the ice raids. Like as soon as they see me that I'm brown, they're gonna check me. I'll be fine, but what happened to the market? I once made a joke. I'm like, if ICE grabs me, I'll just, hey guys, here's my trading book. Come check out the channel. I'll be streaming live. Let's go. That was the joke I made. What happened to the market? We're dropping, buddy. Bitcoin is tanking. We should see a lot of blood. This is normal, expected, and this is where the opportunity lies. The opportunities lie where? Where do the opportunities lie, guys? On the drops. So be excited. Again, sit on cash and let it come down. Let it come down. This is where the opportunity is. What happened to the market? What I mean by the food being different is not typical Mexican food. It's just not as good as the Mexican food in the Oaxaca or Mexico City. Oh, that's weird. That's interesting. Huh. Oh, I am. Haha. Yeah, Awesome Agron. By the way, shout out to Awesome Agron. He's a complete beginner to the stock market. Complete beginner. Complete beginner. He bought NVTS at the top. I told him not to hold the bag, take the small loss, and don't wait for $10. So what did this beginner do? He took the loss, and now he's happy because he recognizes like, yeah, taking that small loss is better than holding it down 25, 30, 40, 50%. That's just better. Like it feels good because you're sitting on cash. You don't feel stupid. Like you wake up every morning checking it constantly because that's what people do. People who hold a bag, they constantly they're checking the markets overnight. They're checking the pre-market, the post-market. They're just constantly checking things because their mind is not right. They're just so focused on like, man, am I gonna be able to get my bag out? Please come back up. Like it's better to take that small loss, not just because you get to hold cash, but also because you get to sleep better and you get to reposition cheaper. Those are the benefits, but people don't, you know how people are. They don't want to lose. Losing hurts. They don't want to hold, they don't want to be down on their count. So, let me see. So, let me write down holding a bag equals, less quality sleep. That a lot of money tied up on the stock. It's constantly on your mind, so you're not giving your brain a break, right? Saturday, Sunday, you're just constantly thinking about it. It's not constantly checking it. Constantly checking the stock price. This is bad. You should not be doing this. The stock price, pre-market, post-market, what else? Overnight. Like there's people, I've had people reach out to me like 2 a.m. telling me, hey, we're up on Mara, woo! And I'm like, bro, you should be asleep. Especially because you're literally from like the Midwest too, or you're from like the East Coast, but it's like, sure, I guess it's 2 a.m. for me, but for you it's 12 at night. But still, like if you're sending me a message at 12 like in the morning or 2 a.m. that woo, Mara stock is up, that you got problems. You're probably in with too much money and you're concerned about it, so it's constantly on your mind and you're checking on it over and over again. That's not good. So pre-market, post-market, overnight, like it's constantly on your mind. On your mind, you start researching bullish articles on your favorite stock. You start looking. You start looking up videos that are bullish on your stock. Like you just go down a rabbit hole of just looking for things to make you feel good about the fact that you're holding a big bag. It's really bad. I'm really shocked at how many people they just hold a bag and it has all these negative detrimental effects, right? Oops, that's not, I don't know what the hell I just pressed. But yeah, it has all these detrimental effects. Less quality sleep. You have a lot of money tied up on the stock, so you don't have free cash to, buy cheaper. You're constantly checking the stock price post, and overnight. It's constantly on your mind. You start researching. Oops. You start researching bullish articles, and you start looking up videos. Like your whole life just starts kind of, it's taken up by the fact that you're holding this bag and you really want to hear good stuff about it because you really want it to go back up for you. What is this? I don't know. I'm sure there's more psychological effects, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, boom, 6. That's 6 already negative effects. These are not good things. You should be sleeping good. You should be happy that your money isn't all tied up. You should be, excited to buy cheaper, right? Because it's going down and you're not holding the bag. You're not constantly checking on it. You're just checking on it to see if it it's coming down nice and cheap. It's not constantly on your mind, right? So you're just thinking about other things. You're not focused on, bullish articles. You're just kind of like waiting for it to come down. You're not researching constantly. You're not constantly looking up videos and watching or listening to videos of bullish articles or whatever, bullish videos on MSTR or whatever. Or you know what I'm saying? Like, this is why you don't hold a bag. Because you want to sleep good at night, man. And if you're not sleeping good at night, then that starts to have other effects too. So it's just, I don't know. It's like people don't look at the effects that has holding the bag. So, it's better to take the small loss than hold the big bag. Always. Also, stop going all in, because people do that. Stop going all in. Because people do that. They put in like 100K in a stock and they don't want to take a $4,000 loss, which is 4%, I believe. Because to them, that's painful. Like, oh my God, I'm losing $4,000. But they'd rather hold that down and be down like, 25K, 50K. They're okay with that for some reason. It's weird to me. It's weird to me that people do that. Now, if you're buying a good company, you're fine, right? If you're buying Nvidia, 100K in it, and it drops to like $80, and then what happened, right? It rallied to 200. Then you're fine. If it's a good company, like something that's really established, a king, as I like to call it, a king of its sector, you'll be fine. So there you go, guys. Hopefully this helps you out on that side of things. Stop holding a bag. It has a lot of detrimental effects. You will not believe how many people in the past few years reach out to me talking about their favorite stock that they're holding a big bag on, and it's just like, it's so obvious that it's constantly on their mind because they just keep talking about it. They're sending me videos or bullish articles on it, or they're posting in the Discord like bullish articles about their stock that they're holding a bag on. Like, they start going to the subreddits of the Discords to be around other bag holders who are also super bullish on their favorite stock. Like, I've seen this before. It's just better to sleep good at night, man. It's just better. Don't let the stock market, you should never let the stock market affect your health. It should not affect your sleep, etc. Why so many tend to sell before earnings, even with the conviction in the company? Because people don't want to hold. The smart ones don't want to hold because you don't know where that's going to go up or down. So if you're not holding and it goes down, then you not only look like a genius because you sold and you have the cash on hand to buy the dip if it dips on earnings. Now, if it runs away, who cares? Cool. That means the company's still doing well. They can just buy the dip anyways, and it still continues to go up, so you still make money. So it's kind of like the safer thing to do. The safer thing to do is to sell off and then reposition. And if it's doing good on earnings, that means the company's performing well. So buying back in is not a concern because you know it's going to continue to go up. And if it performs bad on earnings, you can just buy the dip. So it's a win-win. So that's why. Because that's like the smart thing to do. The thing that you're supposed to do. Crystal. Shout out to Crystal N from Korea, I think. Or is she the one from Vietnam? I don't even know. I'm sorry I called you dumb. You're not dumb. I thought you were holding the color bag. But no, you actually did dump it. That was smart. Hope you're doing well, Crystal N. Head and Shoulders Bitcoin Daily. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, head, shoulders, head. No one should be surprised by this. You know Joey Shaw right now. He's at work and he's just like, oh man, I'm getting destroyed right now. And he's laughing about it because he has no choice. He knows what comes next. He knows what comes next. And he's going to have to face that. I hope for his sake that Bitcoin recovers to 150 this year in the next month. and MSTR goes to the moon too for his sake. But it's not, that's not how this works usually. Usually when we start tanking, it can tank for like a few months. So yeah. And he's got he's got calls that expire like, you know, in 3 to 4 months or 2 months. I don't remember, on MSTR, and he's holding some BMNR calls, which that's just not pretty much the same thing. He has too much of his portfolio is just crypto shit. It's just crypto shit. I mean, it's just, and he's buying AMD now that it's at the top. Like that doesn't make sense. That doesn't make sense. And I know you're watching this, or you're going to watch this later. It doesn't make sense, Joey Shaw. Now you want to buy AMD now that it's run. That doesn't make sense, man. That you need to, we need to get into a call and talk, have a serious talk again. Shades, it's crashing so fast this morning. I have no more money to buy. I mean, I told you, Crystal, and I told you, like, like Crystal, and yeah, like, yeah, like you're making some pretty bad buys, like, I sold out almost everything, honestly, even my MSTR, my RB, I got out. I heard someone say Bitcoin is going to hit at 50K. I don't think it's going to hit 50K, but it'll hit like 90K, 88K, somewhere around there. And then it's going to bounce huge there because people are going to see that as like, damn, what a discount. If it goes lower than 88K, then yeah, it'll start coming down to like 70, then 60, 50. Yeah, I can see that, but I doubt it. I would be shocked. I don't think it's going to come down that low though. Technically, it should only come down to like 90K-ish. And people are going to be scared. At that point, if I'm calling it right now, if Bitcoin drops to 90K-ish, people are going to be so scared that the only people that are going to buy the dip are the smart ones. And then once it starts rallying back above 100K, then the dumber ones are going to start chasing it. Because they're like, oh, we're above 100K, woo, finally. That's what I'm predicting. Which also means that BMNR is about to come to that purple line, which I told Jomar. Was it Jomar or was it... It was Burnt Chips, I think. Yeah, I was talking to Burnt Chips. He kicked my ass at chess. But Burnt Chips, I told him, like, hey, this is a buy at the purple line. If it comes to the purple line, that's around 37 to 40 bucks. That's where you want to buy your calls, not up here. Like Joey Shaw was buying them, like, up here. Like, his timing is just horrendous. He needs to work on that. But yeah, it's coming down to the purple line. If Bitcoin tanks anymore, if Bitcoin goes under 100K, this is coming to like 30, 40 and under easy. Again, it's going to be opportunity. And if you're holding right now some stocks like I am, we're in the red and that's fine. You're fine as long as you're holding something good. This is normal. By the way, just keep in mind, this is normal. This is expected. Stocks are going to go up a lot. They're going to come down a lot. This is just part of the natural cycle of the market. So don't be concerned, please. Too many people get concerned when they see red, a lot of red. I remember telling Trucker Jeff, I'm like, we're probably going to see like 10, 20% drops. That would be expected. And he was just laughing and smiling. You know why Trucker Jeff is laughing and smiling? Because he has my mentality now. He has my mentality. He has the mentality of, if it drops, please, thank you. I want it cheaper. Keep in mind, Trucker Jeff works as a trucker. I did not know that truckers made 100K a year. I did not know that. That was shocking to me to hear that. I was like, damn, I should have been a trucker when I was younger. Well, he hates the job, obviously, because he's been doing it for 30 plus years. He hates it. He's like, ugh, I don't want to get in a truck and drive again to Oregon or whatever, like wherever he has to, stop. So maybe not. But yeah, he can afford to he makes 100K plus a year. Like he can afford to take out like 2K every month and put it into stocks. So he has that advantage, right? But he's happy. Like he wants a bear market. He wants stocks to really drop. Because Trucker Jeff, if you guys don't know the story of Trucker Jeff, listen closely. Trucker Jeff, he started trading the stock market in a bear market. Which is like terrible, right? Like think about that. Think about that for a second. Imagine getting into the stock market and you're buying stocks and they just keep going down. You would think the stock market's a scam, right? If that's your introduction to the stock market, everything just keeps going down because you decided to get into the markets when everything's in a bear market. So he learned from that. Him starting trading the stock market in a bear market, he learned, like, wait a minute, I just have to hold through like pain. My portfolio is going to be in the red like 30, 40%. Yes, I'm going to hold through the pain, but it comes back up for me if I'm buying the good ones. And not only does it come back up for me, but it moves like 50 to 100%. So he actually embraces bear markets Because it's like, damn, what an opportunity. That's one thing I've noticed. He did not start trading the stock market in a bull run. Shout out to Crystal N. Stay warm. Stay warm. Thank you, Crystal. Stay warm. Thank you. You stay warm, or I don't know if it's cold. I don't know what the environment is like, or the climate is like over there. And I'm assuming you're the one from Korea, maybe Vietnam. I don't know what that's. I don't know what it's like over there. Maybe does it rain over there all the time? I don't know. But shout out to Crystal N. 6:44. Must be nighttime over there or something. But yeah, I've noticed this. People who start trading the stock market in a bear market, they walk away with a different mindset versus people who start trading the stock market in a bull run. Because people who start trading the stock market in a bull run, they get overconfident, they get cocky, they start to think. They think that the market is this way normally. They think that it's normal for stocks to just keep going up and never go down. So when a bear market comes around, they get destroyed. When a bear market comes around, they get scared. They don't know what to do. Everything just keeps going down. They don't understand why. And yeah. So I think if you're going to start trading the stock market, the best time to trade the stock market is actually in a bear market. Because you can see, because you're going to go through the pain of holding stocks as they go lower. And you're going to go through the pain of being down 30% on your stocks. But you'll come out of it realizing like this is just normal. And so you're going to miss these cheap prices. You're going to look at these cheap prices on BBAI, on RR, on all these stocks that are dropping. And when we rally to new highs in the future, you're going to be missing these cheap prices. You're going to be like, wow, I should have bought NVTS when it was at 6. I should have bought SoundHound at 8. I should have bought MP at 30. I should have bought BBAI at the purple line. I should have bought this stock at the purple line. I should have bought Bitcoin at 90K. But people don't have that. They don't develop that mindset unless they went through a bear market as their first rodeo. Seb Luke is a perfect example of someone that started trading the stock market in a bull market, and he walked away thinking that he's a genius. He knows everything. Stocks just keep going up. He kept buying the dip, and it just kept dipping. And then he lost a lot of money. And then he joined my Discord, and now he's making a lot of money. So it just kind of. It's very interesting to have someone start trading the stock market in a bear market because they develop they're wired differently. They develop a different view of the markets. So Trucker Jeff, he's like my little guinea pig because I think I would rather, like if I had to teach a 5-year-old how to trade the stock market, I would start them right now, like in a bear market. I need them to suffer. I need them to struggle. I need them to hold down, red so they understand that this is normal, that this is part of the game. And they will be wired differently and look at the markets differently. When they see red, they will be happy. They will be excited because they know they've been there already. That was their first introduction to the markets. So write that down. Someone, is Galena in here? I don't know. So write that down. I just told, I just gave you a lot of knowledge there. If you're going to introduce someone to the markets, do it in a bear market. Because they will be wired differently because of their experience. They're going to be holding in the red a lot. And that pain is worth it, basically, is what I'm saying. What am I looking at? Yeah. MACD cross under a monthly for Bitcoin. Oh boy, that better not be true. Cause Joey Shaw's about to he's about to cry. He's about to cry, man. Yeah, that is. Oh no, we're in a bear market. We're in a bear market, guys. That's it. We're in a bear market. It's confirmed here by Bitcoin, at least. Crypto's in a bear market right now. It's confirmed. The last time we crossed under on the MACD right here, white line crossing under the yellow line, right? For those of you who are learning to read charts, notice how I'm not even talking about the candles. I'm just talking about the white line crossing under the yellow line on the MACD. So you have the same setup. Look at that Bitcoin chart on the monthly. Remember what I tell you. If white line crosses under the yellow line on the monthly time frame, what does that mean? It means we're in a bear market. The last time this happened, what happened? Bitcoin tanked from 57 to 13,600. Oh my goodness, that is so horrible. Joey Shaw, if you're watching this, you're in trouble. Big time. Because this is confirmation right here. This is confirmation. We crossed under. Unless Bitcoin fakes us out this month and decides to recover, which I doubt because it's been looking pretty ugly. This is a bear market right here. And the stock market is following. The small caps, they're following. They're dumping too. And we would expect them to dump 5, 10, 20 bucks. I mean, 5, 10, 20%. That would be normal for the small caps. This is confirmation right here of a bear market for crypto, at least. I don't think we're in a bear market for SPY. SPY is still holding up, I believe, right? But that's it. Joey Shaw is destroyed right there. If this month does not start recovery, this is a huge disconnect, by the way. Like SPY is creating new highs. It's nowhere near crossing under on the MACD, on the monthly, and yet crypto is. So that's kind of not a good sign that we got that disconnect there. Something is like not right. Like something's about to break. That's what that means. If SPY starts tanking, that's gonna. You think we're dropping right now? This is nothing. I know Trucker Jeff. He's gonna be happy when he checks his phone. He's gonna be like, "Whoa, everything's dropping 20%." Because again, he's wired differently. He's wired differently because he started trading the stock market in a bear market. And I think some of you need to rewire. That's what I've noticed. I don't know if rewiring is the right word, but some of you need to rewire and understand like this is normal. Like this drops, this is normal. But oh my goodness, man, Joey Shaw is absolutely annihilated. He's finished. And I called it. I remember telling him like, buddy, you need to stop buying calls. You need to stop, like, you know, your whole portfolio is just like crypto. You're buying AMD at the top now. Why are you buying at the top? You should have bought it when you had the conviction back when it was cheaper. Like he was just making all the wrong choice, all the big. He was just making such amateur mistakes, man. And I told him to just buy something safer. Buy Nvidia. I told him a long time ago, like literally 6 months ago. I told Joey Shaw, you're buying too much MSTR. Please sell off your MSTR and buy Nvidia. I've told him to buy Nvidia at like 140, 150. He would have actually made 25% return on that already. He'd be up on that. But he didn't. He stuck to his guns on MSTR. And like I said, and I always say this, some people just have to learn the hard way. They just do. You can't do anything for them, no matter how much you try. I've been through this with Polish girl. I've been through this with the rich Arabic guy. And now where I'm going through it again. It's almost like every year I meet someone that just has to blow up to understand how to play the game. And it's sad. Because like I try to help, but they're not going to listen, man. They got to help themselves first. First lofts of the year, 800 on MSTR and 400 RR, still up from October last year, 14K, to around 19,800, highest this year. You know what, Sebluke, you're doing fine, Sebluke. You're doing fine. I mean, the market, October was not a great month. It was all choppy, a lot of fake outs, a lot of drops everywhere. November, we're going into November already, you know, getting ready to go lower, it seems as well. So you're doing fine. You're doing great. If anything, sit on cash and be ready to buy the dip. You've been through a bear market before already, Sebluke. So you know the real money is going to be buying those dips when stocks go to their purple line. This is opportunity. So you should know that already. I wish you had started trading the stock market in a bear market. You would right now, you'd be messaging me like, yes, please, I hope we go lower. You'd be so excited. SoFi holding 50 shares at your alert. Yep, we're still good on that, I believe. Last I checked. Shades like you, I only focus on the kings. It's a lot less stressful. Yeah, it's a lot less stressful. Only I think the kings are ready to drop too, no? Let me look at the king here on NVIDIA. Yeah. Yeah, if this doesn't hold here, NVIDIA should come down lower. Everything is tanking. LOL. Let's go. Saint Nick. I keep calling you Saint Nick. Nick. Yeah. That's right. That's the mentality right there. Let's go. Let's go. You wake up and you think to yourself, wait, it's red? Yes. This isn't boring. This is awesome. Meanwhile, NUI is like, I'm going to move 25%. And they're, anyway, I'm just giving the middle finger to everything else. That's what's funny right there. You have the perfect mindset to do this. I don't know who's talking to. Who's talking to me? Yeah, no, that's yeah. That's the mindset you have to have. When you see blood, you get excited. It'll change how you trade because you're no longer scared. You sleep better at night because you know, like, oh, this is just how it is. This is normal. Whatever. And you're buying good companies, so you're like, it's gonna keep going up anyways. Less stressful. Netflix cross under a monthly. Yeah, that's kind of what I would expect too. Netflix should come down. That's why I didn't want to buy yet. So let it come down for sure. I can agree. I don't even need to look at the Netflix chart to know that it crossed under. I know that one has to cross under after that drop. I unfortunately hold shares at 12,000. One share or 3 shares. I don't remember, but not a lot. Monthly time frame cross under. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, this is why you have to just sit back and wait. Sit back and wait, guys. Let it come down cheap. Oracle. I mean, if everything else is dropping, that's kind of Oracle should, yeah, Oracle should continue to drop. That's just, in fact, Oracle had the purple line is like at 235 for Oracle. That's going to be opportunity right there. That looks like it's going to drop. Where are the buyers? They showed up on Friday, but they're not nowhere to be found right now. They're showing up barely here. We'll see. We'll see. It's a matter of whether buyers show up today. I don't know what Trump said over the weekend, so I don't know what's going on. But yeah, it's just a matter of whether buyers show up or not. Hold cash day, I guess. Stay warm shades. I think I already addressed her. If you like driving and traveling, it's probably not a bad gig. Yeah. Well, I don't know about driving. I'm not driving. I'll just take an Uber to the airport and get my, take my ticket, and go ticket. Yeah, I don't know what I'm saying. I'll just take the flight. That's the word I'm looking for. I'll just take the flight, wherever. Houston, Texas. What's Houston, Texas? You're from Houston, Texas? Crystal, you lied to me. I feel lied to. You talk about Korean succulents and you talk about Korea and Korean, or maybe I'm confusing you for someone else. But I'm really sad right now because you're I thought you were I thought you were maybe I think I'm confusing you for someone else. Maybe you're not the one I was thinking of. I swear I thought you were from Korea or Vietnam or one of those. But she's just a Texan, good old Texan. What do we call October? Fucktober. It might be. There's no October and there's no November. Maybe we might just literally get downside. I was telling Joey Shaw this. I'm like, I think we already had our Christmas rally, and instead of a Christmas rally, we're gonna have a Christmas dump. That would kind of make sense because I don't know. But the problem with Joey Shaw is he believes in Tom Lee a little too much, and Tom Lee is human. Tom Lee is human, and Tom Lee can be wrong. Humans can be wrong, but unfortunately, he's in a bad place mentally. He's too far gone and too deep in his, the sunk cost fallacy. He's too deep in the red in his MSTR that he's just, if Tom Lee gets up on his knees, off of his knees, and says, Joey Shaw, we're going to the moon, Joey Shaw's going to be, right there with him. Even if he's wrong, he's right, basically. It's just bad mindset to have. Bad mind. He did it all wrong. He'll learn. He'll be better. Crystal being from Houston, Texas, I'm like, wait. I'm confused. I am very confused and sad for some reason. What do we call a hunt for Red October? I like you. You are so sincere by TSSI at 18 because you say the line. Let me look. TSSI. Sincere. That's a nice way to put it. I've never been called sincere. I've been called transparent, blunt, straightforward, to the point, straight shooter. All kinds of different ways of saying he just gets to the point, basically. I guess it depends on where you're from. I don't know who uses the term straight shooter, but I've never heard sincere. That one I've never heard. So shout out to LAU Andy 8118. I hate when people have numbers. Purple line for TSSI, yeah, it's at 17, but honestly, I would wait to see if it comes down to 16, because I know Trucker Jeff is gonna buy at 16, because he's waiting for 16. Like he made like $1,000 off of this, so I would say buy at 16. NA leaving NUAI alone. APLD looks like a buy, but I'm gonna see what happens end of day. What's going to happen is the Indian guy is going to be like, I'm buying more. And that's what he's going to do. Because here it dropped 50% from highs. $15 to a low of it dropped from 15 to $9. It dropped 41%. And the Indian guy who's up like 6x, he's Naveen, he's got to be excited about this drop. He's going to add more. He should. APLD isn't dropping. I want you guys to write this down. Why are stocks dropping today? They're all dropping. Why are they dropping, right? They're all dropping together, number one. Number two, they're all dropping simultaneously, but it has nothing to do with it has nothing to do with the companies being bad, right? The companies are still doing good. So this sell-off is nothing more than what? An opportunity. And so some of you need to rewire your brain like that. You need to, like, this isn't, APLD is not dropping because it's a bad company. It's not a bad company. It didn't, in fact, they had a conference no, not, NVIDIA had a conference and like AI is here. It's the future. It's now. Like any sell-off like this where the market as a whole comes down, it's opportunity. So don't be afraid. Don't be afraid, guys. Last time, and I think April D is always a buy. As long as Naveen, as long as the Indian guy is holding, I think it's a buy. It's always a buy. Last time, yeah, Naveen is the one that's going to give me the confidence to buy. Naveen, shout out to Naveen. Last time Netflix crossed under the monthly went from 688 to 170, potential massive buy opportunity. Yeah, absolutely. This is why I'm saying wait for Netflix to hit a reversal point. And I had a nice little bounce off of the catalyst that it had this reverse, the forward stock split announcement, but that's about it. Patreon.com/shades and trades if you want to join the Discord. Crystal. Anyways. Yeah, that's why I said 2:30. Houston, I am in Corpus, and my Broncos won yesterday. Woot. Sorry, Houston. NVTS earnings today after market close. Yeah, we'll see what happens with that one. I come from Hong Kong. Thank you. Yeah, you're the second Hong Kong person. I think there was another Hong Kong person that I met first, but yeah, Hong Kong, dude, that's so crazy. Is that where Malaysia is? Or no, probably not. Maybe I'm confusing it for someone else. Hong Kong. I think I've been told to visit Hong Kong, or maybe it was somewhere else. I wouldn't mind visiting China, but I'm afraid I might I might never come back. I don't know, in a bad way. I don't know. I wouldn't mind going to China though. I would get lost, but so shout out to Wendy. Andy. Should I buy Meta now? Buy what though? Calls? Because why have people been asking me that? A lot of people have been asking me about Meta. People are so desperate to get rich quick. They want to buy Meta calls, I'm sure. Because that's what most people have been asking. See, if it doesn't hold here, it comes down to like 621. I mean, it depends on what you mean. What do you mean by buy? Bull is a buy right now. Bull is at 1030. What do you mean though? Like, if you're buying calls, I guess if you're buying leaps, you'll buy one and be okay with averaging down. But buying shares would be like easy money. Like if you're just buying, I don't know why people keep reaching out to me asking about Meta, but they want to buy calls. No one's reached out to me to buy just shares. Like if you're buying shares, I mean, you can add a few here, and then if it goes down lower, cool, add some more. This is a big buy opportunity, yes, but with calls, you got to have good timing or you'll end up like Joey Shaw. Yeah, if you're buying leaps, you're fine. If you're buying short-term dated calls, good luck. There's some people who blew up recently on Meta because they bought short-term dated calls. They bought short-term dated calls here at the top, like right at open. So they're done. They're finished. Like this has to recover by like this week, or their weekly calls are destroyed. So yeah, if you're buying calls, I guess buy, and you better take the loss if it doesn't hold. Like if it drops below 645, get out. That's all I can say. If you're buying shares, then you're fine. You don't got to worry about the calls. But too many people just ask me about calls. I think this is good for shares too. You don't need to be buying calls. I would just buy shares, and then like once we start, recovering here, then buy the calls. But again, it's up to you. If you're gonna buy calls, buy leaps, and by the time stop loss at 645. Because if that doesn't hold, we're gonna drop to 627. You probably don't want to be holding calls if it drops that low, because then it can go to 600. So that's all I'm gonna say with regards to Meta. No. Oh, that's Christopher. Piper. Shout out to Piper. I think he's saying no to the guy above him. I don't know why people ask me. It's so weird, and they want to buy like the worst garbage ever. They want to buy like weekly calls expiring this week. Like they just want to gamble. Is sub 20 possible for APLD? I mean, if APLD drops sub 20, goddamn. I mean, it is possible. The purple line is there, so it is possible. If this is the start of a really big drop, then yeah, it can absolutely do that. Absolutely. Because we know stocks gravitate towards their purple line, so that's possible. You know, when you get huge surges like that, that's all going to come back as, let me go to the weekly. When you get big pumps like this, that's gonna come back as selling pressure, right? Like people do understand this. When you get huge surge like this, some of that is gonna come back as selling pressure. So we're gonna retrace. I don't use the Fibonacci, but I'll use it right now. But like it would kind of be expected for it to retrace. Like, you know, I don't know. I don't really know how to use the Fibonacci. I'm not even gonna pretend. This is literally the first time I've ever probably used it, quite frankly. But it would be expected for this to come down. It could come down, yeah, quite a bit if it retraces a lot of the move. It is possible. So yeah, that's the thing. People get excited when stocks just pump like this week after week after week, and they forget like this is all going to come back as selling pressure because people are going to take profits. So anytime you see a lot of green like this, always remember it's going to come back as selling pressure, and it's going to be painful for the people who buy the top. If you're buying a good company, then nothing to be concerned about. That is where I would enter probably. That's where you should enter. Not probably, you don't question it. If you're buying APLD, if that's your target, absolutely. That's where the real money is going to be made. The purple line is where the real money is made, but you got to wait. And I always say this, in order for a stock to go to a purple line, it needs to sell off a lot. It has to sell off a lot. You know, it has to sell off 48% from highs. It would sell off almost 60%. So it has to drop a lot to, yeah. I mean, and obviously people don't like that. People don't like seeing red. So my purple line strategy is kind of counterintuitive, right? If you think about it. Because what I'm basically telling you is, by the way, for my purple line strategy, you need to let it drop like 50% from highs. You tell people that and they're going to be like, what? That's crazy. You mean I have to, like, it has to like drop a lot? Like it has to like red every day? Like what? Like people don't like that. So the purple line strategy just requires you to have that, to be wired that way, to think red is good, please come down lower. But yeah, that's again counterintuitive to what people want. What people want is green every day, green up, everything just goes up, woo. So yeah, purple line strategy. Once you know how to play that one, that's all that's the only strategy you need, and you'll just you'll make hand over fist money because you're buying when it's cheap, at a massive discount from highs, literally 60% off. But again, it's counterintuitive to what people want. People want green every day, not red every day. People don't get excited about, you know, red, right? Like when Nvidia surged last week, people were excited, like, yes, Nvidia new highs, woo! But one red day and everyone was down in the dumps. And that's just silly. You should be happy that it's going down and sad that it's going up. Like, oh man, it's going up, but I want it cheaper, right? Like that's kind of, I know it's very counterintuitive, but you mind taking a look at Grab, trying to find resistance point so I can get back in, but I'm not too confident yet. Grab. Resistance? What do you mean? Because resistance is up here. You got resistance short term. Oops. You got resistance here. This is trending to the downside. Oops. This is trending to the downside right here. And you got support right here. If it doesn't hold here, it's going to drop to the purple line at that point. This kind of looks like, yeah. So the problem is it's still in a downtrend. It does have support here, so you can technically buy at 597. Probably set a stop at like 581, and then if it does drop under, you can reposition. But yeah, that's pretty much all I can say. But the problem is it's in a downtrend, so yeah. I have no issue waiting for APLD at this point. Me neither. I can wait. I can wait. I know Naveen. He's very excited. He's very excited. He's smiling like, yes, please come down. Please. Someone just sent me a voice message in Discord.
What do you think about shorting quantum stocks?
Oh boy, Don Regretti's asking me, what do you think about shorting quantum stocks? Oh man, that's a tough one. Shorting quantum stocks? Let me look at quantum stocks. Someone wants to short quantum. You know, I let me look at RGTI. If you're gonna short, you need to buy the pops. You need to buy the pops. I don't know if he's listening, but let me just tell him. Don Regretti, if you want to short, quantum stocks, I would you would have to do it on a pop, right? Anytime you see like a quantum stock like RGTI or any of those get a green day, then you want to short it that day. You know what I'm saying? I know that seems counterintuitive, but you want to short the pops. You know, if you're betting that it's going to go lower, then shorting any green makes sense, right? Because it's nothing more than a little pullback. So I don't know. It's up to you how you want to play the short game. You can short it like intraday, or you can short it, on the daily time frame. Anytime you get a green move to the upside, just short that, because more than likely the selling push is going to push it down lower. Like, you know what I mean? Like, if you look at the daily time frame, oh, you are listening to the okay. Oh, yeah. Thank God I don't have to record that whole message. Yeah. So if you are listening, yeah, no. If I mean, how you want to short it is up to you. But you could have shorted the pops here, and then the big red candle comes in. So that would be the way to go about it. That would be the way to go about it. But intraday, if you're doing like day trading intraday, then yeah, you would just kind of short any pop within each, like right here, right when it crossed over in the MACD, you would just add a short position and then just hold it all the way lower, or short it head open too. There's so many ways to go about shorting it, so it's up to you how you want to play it. I don't know what, and if you're shorting it, whether you're doing it via puts or you're doing it via selling covered calls and then buying back the covered calls, or you're shorting it via actual just shorting, like actual just straight up shorting, because those are your three options for shorting. So it's up to you. I think. Let me see. I mean, you want to short it at a resistance, right? So that would kind of be where, yeah, that would be where it's at too. So it really depends on the time frame. RG, oh, you're shorting the, what are those? I've never even heard of those. I don't even know what this is. The leveraged ETFs, goddamn. Oh my god. I can't help you with that because I don't know anything about these. Yeah, I don't know anything about these, so. But good luck. I can't help you with that because I can't help you with. It would be disingenuous for me to pretend like I know what the hell I'm doing with these leveraged ETFs. I don't even know. I don't want to play them. I don't want to learn about them. I stay away from them. Anything leveraged loans, margin, etc. So that's let me know how it goes. It's for you to figure out now. If you might find out that you are a master at trading these leveraged ETFs. There are people who do that for a living. They just trade leveraged ETFs because they're good at it. So if it works, why not? So yeah, like I said, you do what you got to do. I can't help you with this because I don't do that. Kathy Wood is irrationally exuberant. Yeah, that's another thing. There's people who watch Kathy Wood and Tom Lee, and they like they take it as gospel. Like they take it as gospel, like they can't be wrong. But like it's like people forget they're human. And I'm like, what's wrong with these people? They're human. They can't absolutely be wrong. It's not like Kathy Wood and Tom Lee can tell. They can't control whether Trump's going to say something or China's going to do something or say something. Like there's way too many people who just blindly they're blind loyal followers of these influencers, and they don't. It doesn't even cross their mind that they can be wrong, and that's sad to me. So well, yeah. If you're betting on if you're betting on quantum stocks going down, then that makes sense. I did not look Don Rigetti. I didn't even know those existed. I didn't know those existed. It would make sense too. The market is definitely bearish, especially with Bitcoin getting ready to really tank. It's a good bet. It's a good bet. Yeah, like I said, it's a good bet. I don't short. I don't really short. I just look for the long opportunities. So this is the time to be shorting. I agree. So shout out to Don Rigetti for sure. Hey, Joey Shaw, Don Rigetti shorting your MSTR. I should pile on some MSTR shorts just to mess with Joey Shaw, just to mess with him. Let's see. Meta is a monster long term. Not a buy though. Oops, misspoke. Looking to find that support line. Hey, you like RZLV? Why do people always ask me about stocks that are? Let me see. Is this the one that's trash? No, it's okay. Let me see. What do I think? It's right at support. Buy at 4.19. Stop loss at 4.05. Because if that doesn't hold, it drops to the purple line at 3.60. And if it bounces here, I mean, you got resistance at $5. So it's a good risk to reward ratio. Either you make 80 cents per share and it holds here, or it drops and you get stopped out at what, 20 cent? No, not even like 50 cent. Yeah, you get stopped out at 15-cent loss per share. Or you make 80, 80? No. Yeah, you make 80 cents per share. That's actually really good RR here. Those are the best when they offer a good risk to reward ratio. That's how I would see it. Would I buy here? Hell no. I don't know what this stock even does. Because if it drops from here, it should come down to like 350. That would be the next big level right here. That's maybe where I would buy because they would be at the purple line too. That would be where I would buy right here. That's big, 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 big. You got big horizontal support and big purple line support. So that would be like the best time to buy. I would wait, but if you want to buy here, there you go. Gotcha. I'll keep sitting on my hands. That's the hard part. It's just sitting there doing nothing. Shades, do you own shares of APLD? Hell yeah, I do. I do own shares of APLD. I'm sitting on a lot of APLD in NVIDIA. I was gonna do that, by the way, Christopher. I was gonna do a portfolio thing. I was gonna do like a portfolio, Shades portfolio. Someone asked me, am I gonna do a Shades ETF? That's what I was gonna do. I might make a video talking about quote unquote Shades ETF. Like what stocks would I have if I created a Shades ETF? So I might do that, Christopher. I thought about that over the weekend. I thought about like maybe I should move, to somewhere where the American money goes further. And I was also thinking like maybe I should do like a Shades ETF. But what holdings would it have? It would have APLD, NVIDIA for sure. For sure. I don't know what else it would have though. I'd have to do research and figure out what would my Shades ETF have because I would want it to outperform the market. So I would have to do research. But definitely it wouldn't have crypto probably. If it has crypto, I don't know if it would have crypto. I don't know. I don't think I'd want crypto in my Shades ETF, but yeah, I'm gonna make a video on that later today. The Shades ETF, what holdings would it have? Can I start my own ETF? That would be funny. The Shades ETF, SHDS or something. I don't know. SHDS probably is what it would be called. The Shades ETF. Hi Shades, shout out to Breachstone. Finally, Netflix is doing the stock split. Yep, and it's coming on down as well. What did you buy? We're just sitting on hands. We're not buying anything. That's the hard part. Not like you just don't do anything today. Today, let it come down. We need to see if buyers show up at lunch and throughout the day. If buyers don't show up today, we should continue down. Analyst price predictions are BS. Yeah, I don't really. Those price predictions are made by AI anyways at this point. So you're not even listening to people. You're listening to people who you're just listening to a bot. I think most quantum stocks are probably dropping at least 20 to 30% this week. Oh, that's bold. That's bold. I think they'll drop, but I mean, keep in mind if we drop today, then we might, get a little bounce tomorrow and then continue the drop. That would be kind of, expected, but we'll see how we close. Shout out to John Iverson. Shades, remember when I said I'm gonna buy some Amazon? That when it dropped to 12.12, I'm up 20% on that pop. On that pop, congratulations, man. I didn't buy. I was just kind of like, I just don't like what the market's been doing all October. I got chopped so many times in October, so it's just. Um, I hope we just get a move in one direction, right? Like if we're gonna dump, just dump, please. Don't chop me up, right? And the cheaper the better. Shades just moved to Oklahoma. It's one of the cheapest cost of living in states. Cheaper than Mexico and Indonesia? I don't think so. Oklahoma? I think. Isn't that. Who lives there? I think I know someone who lives there. I could go live with them, probably. No, I was going to say, I think Trucker Jeff lives in Oklahoma. I don't think so, though. I don't remember. Was it Oklahoma or Oregon? Hey, Trucker Jeff, I'm going to go live with you. You'll have your number one trader right there. Shades ETF would have MSTR. Hell no. Hell no. Shades Shades ETF would not have MSTR. Maybe. Nah, it wouldn't have that. That's a no. I don't think it would even have. I think it wouldn't have crypto at all. I think it would just be very tech heavy. It would be very tech heavy, probably, honestly. The Shades ETF is going to be tech heavy for sure. And no, it would not. I would absolutely buy your ETF. Buy my. You know what's funny? You would buy my ETF, and then you would realize, wait a minute, this ETF holds like 98%. 98% Nvidia. I should just buy Nvidia. It would be very heavy on Nvidia. It definitely would be like Nvidia would be the anchor. It probably shouldn't even be an ETF at that point. Yeah, but you would have to live in a third world country outside the U.S. I mean, I kind of want to be in a third world country. You know, I kind of want to be outside the U.S. You know, like I kind of want to experience other cultures. You know, other. Like I want to experience other. What's out there. So yeah, and I want to live somewhere like cheaper. Like I want just something different, man. Like I don't know. Is there a deciduous? Is there a deciduous forest where I can live? Am I using the right term? Deciduous? Is that the? I don't know. Those places where it always rains. Deciduous forest. Is that the word? I don't even know if that's the right word. I don't remember was it biology where I learned that word? I don't even remember. If I could live like in a forest, I would. Maybe not a deciduous one. I would want one that's always rainy. Maybe. I don't know. I just want to experience what's out there. And I'm crazy enough to do it too. Shade Hope all is well. Oh, shout out to Naveen. There's Naveen. I purchased Sybil at 0038 $5 stock. Please explain the method to sell stock with limit order, please. Sell. Wait, what method to sell the stock? Why would you sell? I mean, when it pumps, how would you sell it? Is that what you're asking? You would sell it. You would sell it with a sell limit order. I mean, I'm gonna make a video on Sybil anyways today, so just look out for that, and I'll explain it there. Do you think when Sybil pumps, it will stay at high price for at least a day? Probably yes. Yeah, the first day, yes. Usually after the first day, then it starts getting sold off. So, yeah, I think first day for sure. Just take vacations, LOL. No, I want to experience what's out there, man. I don't know. I want to meet all kinds of people. Meeting all kinds of people here through YouTube and the Discord and all that, it made me realize, like, man, there's a whole world out there. What the hell am I doing? What the hell am I doing, man? You only got this one life, right? Like, let's make the most of it. Sybil went down this morning. Yes, it did. Good opportunity. Yep. That's how it is. That's how it is, Naveen. Usually at least 2 green days. Look at the chart history, Naveen. Yeah, usually 2 green days, usually. But 1 green day, I mean, it depends. Because obviously everyone's going to be hitting the sell button. And a lot of people are loaded up big. So it's going to be crazy when we do get that pump. Thank you. Shout out to Naveen. Yeah, it's called Oregon. That place is 1.3 miles of slots, smell of smoke and depression, LOL. What do you think of Iran? It just got to deal with Microsoft. Is it still pumping? Because it looked like it was just going to come down. Yeah, so here's the problem, guys. I think Iran is fine. I think it's fine. I think it's doing great. I think it's doing fantastic. It got Microsoft news. And what was the reaction? The reaction was a big pump, yes, but it sold off. What does that tell you guys? What does that tell you? There's a lesson here. I'm going to give you a second to think about it while I go drink water. But Iran just pumped huge on Microsoft, some kind of contract. What was the reaction afterwards? It sold off. What does that tell you? I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. I'm back, ladies and gentlemen. I had to drink some water, but yeah. So let me see. Yeah. So what do I think of Iran? Yeah, no, it sold off, right? So I think it's a good buy on dip opportunities, but that's about it. Anyone who chased right now thinking it was going to go to the moon, they're holding a big bag. The fact that the market reacted by selling off, that tells you that people aren't interested in holding it. So yeah, I would say let it come down. Let it come down. I would buy dips on it, but that's about it. Like I would still be. I don't know. I have to do more research on it. I really don't know much about it. If I'm being honest, I don't. Where's the 50 EMA on this? Man, it doesn't even come down to the 50. Does it come down to the 21? Well, the 21 acts as support, so that would be what the dip buying opportunity at the 21 EMA. So it would come down to like 58 maybe. I mean, it sold off a lot. It sold off a whole. Anyone who chased here thinking it was going to go to 100, because I had people messaging me, is this going to 100? And I'm like, if it was that easy. So yeah, I think it's a buy. Just let it dip though. You buy BBAI? No, I'm waiting for the purple line. I'm waiting for the purple line on that. Isn't it? Yeah. Purple line, buddy. It's almost there. It's almost there. Let it come down. We kind of predicted this. Like, if it doesn't hold here, it's going to come down to the purple line. So let it come down. Let it sell off. So yeah, we're looking good. This is awesome. This is what we wanted. A lot of people are waiting for the purple line right now. So another day trade is waiting for it. Crystal waiting for it. I'm waiting for it. Trucker Jeff is waiting for it. There's a lot of people right now who are like, fuck yeah, I cannot wait to buy BBAI. Like they're just very happy and excited for this to drop. I'm glad a lot of people are starting to adapt my mentality of red equals good, red equals discount, red, purple line equals yes. I have just traveled a lot. Of world between AV and USG is still the best place to live, in my opinion. Um, 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 yeah, I guess, sure. I mean, to each their own. Probably means people are getting ready for a bear market. Well, if Bitcoin's anything to go by, if Bitcoin doesn't hold here, yeah, this thing is going to drop straight down under 100. Which people call me crazy, but I'm like, that's what it's looking like. Like, there's no ifs, ands, or buts here. This is like when we hit a new high, we always drop. We always drop like 30% from highs here. And here we hit a new high and we've only dropped 16%. So if we drop like 30% from highs, it would bring us down to like 90K. Like, that's just the pattern. Like, here it hit a new high. It dropped 30%. It dropped from 75 to 49. So you see the pattern, right? Like, it just loves to drop 30% after hitting a new high. So it always hits a new high. That's awesome. That means you can buy the dip when it's, tanking. But that also means we're probably in the middle of it and we still have like 15% more to go. And we would expect this not to hold. This shouldn't hold. Maybe we get a little bounce again, but we would just, drop lower. So right now, shorting stocks would not be a bad idea if you're going off of crypto's movement and the signs that it's giving you. That's why I'm saying, like, Down Gritty, I don't blame you. Shout out to you for shorting. I don't short, but I've thought about it. Like, man, I should just short. Like, whenever we get a top on BBAI or Rich Tech Robotics, I should just short him. Like, I make money to the downside at that point. But then I'm like, we'll see. Or I should just play the inverse ETFs. That too. That way I'm technically still going long. Texas is the best. We're about to have our own stock exchange. I think I heard about that, but I'm not sure. Shades. So basically, I don't have to place a sell limit order for CYBL right now. Now, yeah, you don't have to do it right now. Yeah, on the day that it pumps, set the sell limit order. Yep. Because you want to make as much money as possible. And you need the volume anyways to be able to dump your shares. So you want to sell it into the strength of the stock being pushed up, especially with penny stocks. You can put in a GTC. Thank you very much. SoFi is holding and supporting great. My average is 300 shares for 30.28. Yeah, let me look at SoFi, because if the market's going to start tanking, I need to make sure. Well, I'm not concerned with it, but yeah, it's actually holding up pretty well for now. That's crazy. That's crazy. It's holding up actually pretty good. It's holding up better than Nvidia. That's what's funny. That's very interesting that it's holding up. That tells me that it has a lot of strength behind it, and people are really interested in buying and holding it as well. So this should appreciate in value. SoFi should appreciate in value over time for sure. Anyone who tells you otherwise is insane. Texas property, Texas suck though. All right, guys. I think that's it. 10:35 a.m. Sit on hands day. I'll maybe stream at 2:30 again. We'll see. I'll alert if there's anything, but right now it's kind of one of those. It's one of those days where we just had to, as usual, let's wait till end of day to see if buyers show up. If they don't, we would expect more downside. I don't know what headline. I don't know what Trump has been saying over the weekend. Like, I try not to keep track of the stock market and have the stock market on my mind over the weekend. So, yeah, I'm going to look at Twitter and see if Trump said anything over the weekend that I should be aware of or concerned about. All right, guys. Shades, you indeed remind me of Tuco from Breaking Bad. I don't know what that is. Time to take a shower and plan for tomorrow, seems like. Hell yeah. Yeah, that's it, guys. You guys have a good one. I'll see you in the next, I'll see you in the videos, because I'm making videos later today, so.